deal with it.
Yeah, and since we're talking Christmas, there's no better way to start than with Santa Claus. Now, in our number 5, you'll see what happens if you're naughty this year and decide to shoplift.
Oh, come on! Jolly boot to the head. If Santa Claus asks to check my Best Buy receipt when I'm coming out of the store, I'm not going to give him crap this year.
Maybe that guy asked for a head kicking for Christmas, and that was Santa Claus.
Got exactly what he wanted.
That's right. Our number 4 is a charity message from JoeyandDavid.com. Now, at this time of year, it's important to remember the less fortunate.
Yeah.
It's a great tax write-off.
True. You know, when you make a donation, some organizations, they'll provide food or shelter or maybe medicine, but this one has a different idea, just in time for Christmas.
This holiday season, millions of helpless children around the world will be left hungry, cold, and alone. And a simple donation of 10 cents is all it takes. 10 cents. For this, it's a bow. And with your donation, you'll place it on the top of one very special child's head. And they offer a simple yet poignant message of hope for a brighter tomorrow. Along with your donation, you will receive daily photo updates of your child with his bow on top of his head, as well as your very own bow to wear on top of your head as a symbol of your goodwill this season. Pick up the phone and call today.
That is what Christmas is all about.
That's allowed?
Yeah, of course.
On a completely unrelated note, I just bought myself a new $4,000 plasma for Christmas. It's awesome! Damn!
All right, in our number 3 video, we get a new animated holiday classic from Super Deluxe, and this one features a sort of weight-obsessed St. Nick.
Yeah, and everyone knows that Santa's a jolly old fat man, but did you know that if you take away those extra pounds, he is not very happy?
Neil, Santa Claus's gross obesity is tearing our country apart.
Santa rushed to examine his gut and oversized abs. Santa had the solution.
A gastric bypass.
No more fat and jolly, no more bowl full of jelly, 'cause Santa got some staples put in his belly. So he packed up his sleigh and moved to L.A. And he bought a bachelor pad beside Dr. Dre. Santa hit every club. He was everywhere until he came to a bouncer that said, "Hold it right there."
What the hell, man? You just let in Chris Tucker?
And who are you?
I'm Santa Claus, mother...
Santa gambled away his money, grand after grand. He traded children's presents for a couple crack rocks.
Oh, wait.
What? Santa Claus sounded a little, I don't know, Asian, Middle Eastern, not the Nordic Santa that I would have expected.
No, but apparently he's been, well, for crack rock, so, you know.
Oh!
That'll do it. It'll change your tone. And that happens to everybody the first year they come to Los Angeles. It's sort of a rite of passage, you know?
I agree. I've been here a long time, so I forgot my first year.
They didn't say anything about his jolly loose flaps of skin, though. That happens after the bypass. That's always the
episode 2.
Yeah.
In at number 2 today is a video from the Santa Monica sketch-based troupe Runaway Box. Now, this features a children's choir singing a Christmas carol.
Yes, you may not recognize it, but this tune manages to actually incorporate just about everything that the holidays represent all at the same time.
Christmas time comes once a year, and it is now that time. People gather, spreading cheer, and blah, 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 blah. Christmas, Christmas, always Christmas, joy and peace and crafts. Toys and Jesus, or no Jesus, if that is your thing.
Wrapping puppies in tinsel.
I cannot wait to piss my mom off with that song.
You're going to sing it when you go home?
Every minute I am home.
I love it. I didn't know the Jews celebrated Christmas, though.
Oh, I'm actually not Jewish. Did Hardwick sound,
Sure. Oh, you sure about that?
No.
At number 1 today, it's a video from the Chappelle Show's Donnell Rawlings called Black Santa.
Is this going to be racialist?
I don't know, actually.
I can let the world know Santa Claus is black.
It was the night before Christmas and all through the house. Santa was chilling, about to step out. Skip through my mail, and guess what I see? A letter from a girl that was mad at me. The night before Christmas and all through the town. Nobody's getting presents, cause Santa was there. I tried to show the world, but no one believed me. I show up at your crib, and this is how you see me. I'm black, yes, yes!
Mary, kiss my ass!
You know,
Wow.
and here all that time I thought Dave was the creative source of
I
that show,
didn't
you know.
see a Dave Chappelle anywhere in that
No.
Chappelle show. That was weird.
Santa's in jail, though, apparently. So does that mean I'm not getting presents this year? That's my main concern.
You'll get him in jail. You know what? We'll talk all about adulthood during the break.
Oh, okay.
So to get your daily viral fix, go to g4tv.com/aroundthenet and sign up for the Around the Net podcast. It's got shrimp and white wine.
Oh, I love it. And
Yeah.
sip.
Yeah.
Right now
So-
it's time for the only news you need to know. I think like 2 people made
What am I doing? This is the worst Facebook ever.
What is that?
Here's
No,
a thing.
Explore it. This is good. I like it.
Okay,
Work
you do
with
the
it.
thing. I'll just do this.
Here's Layla Cayley in the feed headlines.
Thanks, guys. Here's what's coming up in the feed. First, the rumors are flying in Middle-earth about who might be directing The Hobbit. Plus, there's an echo in the new G.I. Joe film, and Tom Clancy and Ubisoft are ready to send you back to Vegas, baby. It's all coming your way in just a few minutes. But first, back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Layla. You know, around this time of year, every show on television has to get a holiday get-together themed special.
Yeah, they don't have to touch each other, though. They don't have to do that.
Well, that's
really,
how it is.
there's no,
Okay, I
no
see
need.
how it is.
No need. Okay.
You like this?
Now I'm. Do you want the 14,000 diseases that are coursing through my veins
Oh
right
my
now?
God, I feel like I'm dying already.
Thank you. It's actually one of the 10 commandments of television, really, to do the holiday themed thing.
That's right.
So to fulfill our sacred duty, we prepared our very own Attack of the Show holiday special. Get out your cocoa, snuggle under your blanket. You know, prepare yourselves for some wholesome family entertainment.
'Twas the week before Christmas on AOTS. Its 2 hosts busy decking the holiday set, when inside a monitor head did appear the North Pole's Kris Kringle, face covered in tears.
Dear Kevin, this month I'm in trouble, I fear. There's an online promotion that could end my career. Amazon.com's new shipping promotion. Free overnight shipping, even across oceans. If everyone's gifts come from site Amazon, I'd cease to be.
And said Kev,
Oh, it's on. We'll get on the web, go directly to their site. We'll take down their deal. It'll be all right.
so they put on their websuits, Nintendo and Tron, unraveled the web tubes, high-fived, and logged on. They traveled past eBay, intent to coerce, the #1 place of electronic commerce. But when they arrived, our 2 bold entertainers were blocked by a wall made of shipping containers. Our intrepid hosts knew not what to Google, till Olivia asked.
Well, why don't we Google?
So the pair asked the site how to destroy a page, when a voice interrupted.
Did you mean a plague?
Oh, Google, we ask you.
I know why you're here. I'm Google. I know all, but can't help you, dears.
Oh, that's lame,
said Kevin.
Yeah, you're no help, mister. I'm feeling lucky. Let's go hit Alta Vista.
You must find the founder. He'll help you succeed.
Well, who is the founder?
Do you have mortgage needs?
No, Google, just help us.
How about a free iPod?
Forget it. Let's just go and be our own search squad.
And with that, they took flight across the internet. Or fat-foreign trolls and anonymous threats. Dodged suspicious rodents and floors coated with butter. With time out to stop for some laughs in the gutter. And while watching especially painful crotch hits, heard a low southern drawl, and it sounded legit. So the pair turned away from the violence hardcore, and were met with...
I'm former Vice President Al Gore. I hear you've been trying to take down my invention.
No, Mr. Gore, we're just doing some prevention of free shipping deals that'll end Santa Claus, replacing the spirit of Christmas with flaws.
You've managed to sway with your powers of persuasion, and I've built in a failsafe for such an occasion. You must go to the heart of the web and destroy it.
How do we get there?
If you wait, I will deploy it, or deploy you to it.
And with that, our 2 heroes were placed in a room that was barren, empty, or one would assume. But far in the distance, a small table sat, upon which was resting a tiny white cat. The cat played with some yarn, strung up in a bonsai, and inside their heads, the 2 hosts heard,
Oh, hi. I can have your purpose?
as Cat idly twirled the yarn.
Is this the thing we must snuff out? I'm alarmed. It's a crisis of conscience, and I'm unworthy of being tasked with destroying a thing that I love.
What? Now we're done.
Dear children, we've all learned a lesson most wholesome. When your heart's full of love.
You know what? You should probably not have that gun.
And when Kev and Olivia awoke the next day, they rushed down to their gifts without any delay, and were met there by Santa with bagels and loxes, and 2 satchels full of exquisite gift boxes.
Thank you, my friends, for helping defeat those internet creeps. Now my plan is complete. For with all of my online competitors gone, we'll all have to shop at Santazon.info. Well, .com was already taken.
Merry Christmas!
Buy stuff.
Now, if that didn't make you OD on the Christmas spirit, then get ready to retch. Time for a little Jones Soda taste test.
Yes, you see, most of the Jones Soda Company, who love to create themed-flavored sodas, sent us 8 holiday-themed soft drinks, so of course we thought we'd have to try them out throughout the course of the show. That's how it works.
Yeah, and this is a test, so there's a few simple rules. No peeking to
No
see what the
peeking.
flavor is before
Okay.
unwrapping.
All right.
And no puking.
I cannot promise you that.
It ought to be a good YouTube clip. But
Okay.
you will be in violation of the rules. Whoever guesses the most flavors correctly wins, although there really are no winners when you're drinking holiday-themed soda.
That's right. And do I have to read this part?
Yeah, the words won't continue scrolling unless you do, so you should.
We'll see who spits and who swallows.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, man! I feel dirty now. That was Olivia's line. That had nothing to do with me.
That's all right. Well, it's an easy answer with her. All right, get ready. Let's drink.
I picked this one.
All right. You're drinking blue. Mine looks orange.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Oh, that must be delicious.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Come on! That tastes like a gravedigger farted on a turd. That is the worst.
Yeah.
That I can't even begin to. That's corpse. That's what that is. That's
You think that's
Christmas.
corpse?
That
Christmas
is
corpse?
the ghost of Christmas
All right,
past
unwrap
flavor.
it. Let's see what it is. Hold on. Mine's not nearly that bad. Mine's a little citrusy. I have no idea what it is, though. I'm going to just say orange.
Oh, God! Christmas ham!
Yeah!
Oh.
That is death.
That is... Well, it's clearly not for Hanukkah.
Well, at least I was in the ballpark with orange. I'm drinking applesauce, apparently, so...
That's like an angel's smile compared to Christmas ham. Folks, stay right there. We've got more sodas, predators, gadgets, and all the holiday cheer we can stomach.
So happy.
You don't want to miss it.
I'm so happy.
I dare you.
Cheers.
I double dog dare you.
You'll be fine. Have another sip.
That is the worst ham drippings.
Here's what's coming up on today's Attack of the Show. We're wrapping up the biggest stories of the year, from Master Chief's console domination to the last stand of 300 Spartans. It's The Loop Year in Review. And we're taking you on an exclusive tour of the studio that's bringing the creatures of Alien vs. Predator Requiem to life. Plus, Verizon's heavily hyped LG Voyager features a touchscreen and full keyboard. But is that enough for a glowing review? Find out on Gadget Prawn. We're passing out on eggnog and cheer when the attack comes back.
More big news for fans of Middle-earth. It looks like the Hobbit films have a director, and it's not Peter Jackson. It's rumored that Sam Raimi, the director of the Spider-Man films, will take the reins for the Epic Rings prequels. But first, Raimi will direct Drag Me to Hell, a supernatural thriller that he co-wrote with his brother Ivan. Once that film is in the can, you can prepare to see Bilbo Baggins and Gandalf again in 2010. Can't wait. We've got more G.I. Joe movie casting news. Actor Adewale Akinnuoye Agbaje, I just butchered his name, also known as Last Mr. Echo, will play Ordnance Expert Heavy Duty. Also, actor Saeed Tagmoui, who appears in the new film The Kite Runner, will play Breaker, the Joe's communications expert. They join actors Rachel Nichols as Scarlet, Ray Park as Snake Eyes, and Sienna Miller as the Baroness. The film should hit theaters in 2009. And in gaming news, we've got more details on what to expect in Rainbow Six Vegas 2. Ubisoft has revealed that you'll be able to fully customize your character, and it will carry over from the story mode into multiplayer. Additionally, any rewards you earn, like new weapons, will become available in both modes. The AI has been beefed up, there's more levels, more maps, and the game will be fully co-op, allowing your friends to jump in on the action at any time. Vegas, baby. All right. The Sun reports that absolutely fabulous star Jennifer Saunders is in talks to play the very first female incarnation of Doctor Who in a one-off special episode of the series. Saunders has experience playing the role she spoofed The Dark in a 1999 comic relief skit called Curse of the Fatal Death. Fans of the show were left shocked early this month when current Doctor Who David Tennant's co-star Catherine Tate let it slip during a radio interview that it might be his last season on the series. Way to go, big mouth. And finally, you can now have your very own nuclear reactor for your garage. Toshiba has plans to sell mini nuclear reactors to consumers so they can power an apartment building or a lone city block. The 200-kilowatt reactor is fully automatic and fail-safe and is completely self-sustaining. Toshiba has been testing the nuclear reactor since 2005 and hopes to install its first reactor in Japan in 2008, with marketing to European and American garages in 2009. Call me crazy, but this sounds like a really, really bad idea. Oy vey. All right, well, that's it for today, but don't worry, the feed doesn't stop here. Keep your iPod fed with all the news you need to know by downloading our Daily Feed podcast. Get it now at g4tv.com/podcast. I'm Layla Cayley, and you've just been fed.
All right, thanks, Layla. Those nuclear reactors sound interesting. But for something a little more stimulating, stay tuned. This January, G4 has the entire adult world unzipped as we take you deep inside the 2008 Adult Entertainment Expo in Las Vegas. See what I did there?
You did. Deep inside also means so deep. Catch the highlights of this year's show in this 2-hour exclusive TV event as we interview filmmakers, adult TV industry executives, and of course, the stars. This is your chance to be there without the risk of actually having to admit it. Check out all the action Sunday, January 13th, only on G4.
Now, don't go anywhere. We've got more coming up after these commercials. But if you're using a TiVo, we'll be back in like a couple seconds, so it's easy. And he's still hurting from the ham, so give him a break. He needs it. From the massive launch of the iPhone to a social site explosion, we're talking about the biggest stories of 2007 in the Loop, Year in Review. And we're showing you how AVP Requiem's filmmakers are bringing the new Predator to life in a tour of the state-of-the-art special effects facility, Hydraulics.
Welcome back to Attack of the Show. Let's go over to Kevin, who's ready to recap some of the biggest happenings in the last 12 months. Thankfully, none of them were pregnancies. Well, not full-term pregnancies.
All right, 2007 was a big year. Digital cinema finally moved into the mainstream. Halo 3 garnered the highest-grossing opening day in entertainment history. Social networking sites proved to be worth billions of dollars, and the iPhone effectively changed the world as we know it. Unless you're a Verizon customer, then you still think it's just hype. If you were alive for all this, my friends, it's The Loop, Year in Review. All right, my guest tonight in Los Angeles, movie editor for USA Today, Scott Bowles is here, and New York deputy editor of special projects for Forbes.com, David Ewalt joins us, and also in New York, technology general editor for Newsweek, and Guy Kroll is here. Welcome to the Year in Review, everybody. Now this year, you know, digital effects in movies like Beowulf and 300, they really began to establish themselves as the new standard. And in fact, you know, some think that in the near future, movies are going to be shot and edited and distributed without using a single frame of film. And Scott, we'll start with you. Do you think this transformation is as significant as like the introduction of sound or color was?
It really is, because soon you're going to be using theaters for things like sporting events and for concerts. People will be able to digitally project images into theaters. You'll be able to make movies for much less money. 300 didn't cost a lot. It'll be a great boon to the industry until Hollywood decides to prostitute it out the way they do special effects, and then they'll give up on it.
Now, David, how soon do you think like these elaborate sets or perhaps film itself is going to be considered a thing of the past?
Well, I think the elaborate sets and the film is already on the way out. I mean, think about it. George Lucas made all 3 of the new Star Wars movies almost entirely digitally. Zack Snyder made a good movie, 300, almost entirely digitally.
Thank you for clarifying that as well, because I'm like, you know, the future, if Jar Jar is our future, it's not looking so bright.
The technology is getting better. We're actually getting quality digital movies now. So I think, you know, it's not going to be long until film is almost never used. Probably, you know, it's an art student thing after a while.
Very true. All right, now 2007 was another huge year for gaming as well. Halo 3 sold over 4 million units before it was officially released. And then it went on to claim the highest grossing opening day in entertainment history with $170 million. And that was just in its first 24 hours. And Guy, you know, some guys say, look, a killer game drives hardware adoption more than any other factor. So do you think Halo 3 solidified Microsoft's place in the console war?
Well, yes and no. I mean, you know, they're definitely kings as far as software for the year with what they did with Halo 3, you know, a single game selling as many copies. But you remember, for that month, they only sold about 30,000 more units of Xbox 360 than Nintendo did the Wii with no particular major release that month. I mean, the Wii, as far as install base, is clearly the runaway freight train that everyone's trying to compete with. Where Microsoft has the edge is with third parties. Third parties are doing certain games, you know, the Guitar Heroes, the Call of Duties, and things like that. Assassin's Creed are doing monster business on the Xbox 360. So if you're a third-party developer and publisher, you know, Xbox 360 is where you definitely need to be releasing your game.
Right, and it's interesting you brought up that it didn't push that many more units of actual hardware, because I read the study recently that half of all 360 owners own Halo 3. So you think that people were just adopting the 360 and waiting for this particular game and not for anything else, perhaps?
You know, it's hard to tell. I think there were a lot of people, there were clearly some people that did buy in. They sold over 500,000 units that month. But I think the prices for consoles compared to previous generations are still high. And I think until you see them get below $199, you know, you're not going to see that next level of mass adoption. The prices do have to come down.
Well, one thing the masses have definitely adopted, of course, are social networking sites. I mean, this was a great year for Facebook, for MySpace, and really just for social sites in general. You know, companies invested billions of dollars to acquire them. Advertisers are expected to spend billions with them next year, far more than this year. Scott, do you think this kind of spending is justified, or is social networking, like, as a bubble, is it just about to burst?
I don't know if it's just about to burst, but it will soon once Xerox starts doing it. That it's one of those things that is very popular with the youth market, and so advertisers are buying in. It's only a matter of time before parents start putting up cookie recipes, and then that's going to burst. It's going to be that same sort of follow that corporate America does with a young culture.
David, are we going to see more niche sites coming out? Because it seems like, hey, look, if you're a Fall Out Boy fan and you happen to be Latino, there's a social networking site for you. It seems that, you know, they just pop up, you know, every single night to cater to each niche. Is that the future of this?
Yeah, I think people get into the niche sites. I think it'll be really interesting when you can connect the niche sites. I mean, that's kind of what the Open Social Alliance is about. So I can connect my Facebook profile, but really sort of live on Shelfari or whatever I'm in the books, and have my friends there, but still stay connected to a larger world.
And Guy, you know, there's so many of these sites, and usage of them, especially outside of the U.S., is just insanely huge. Do you think this is like the future of the communication, or when these tweens grow up and they're kind of over the social networking thing, all these sites go bye-bye?
I think social networking is going to be around for a minute. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I really don't think it's going to go away anytime soon, because you see the power of being able to both actively and passively remain in touch with your friends, and even sort of people that you don't really know that well but are connected to somehow. I've seen a complete increase in the number of invitations I got to Facebook. That's why I finally joined in September. And then, you know, LinkedIn, I'm getting more and more requests for friending on that.
Just getting spammed into submission left and right with all these sites.
Resistance is futile. It is like the board.
Very true. All right, 2007 was also the year of the Jesus phone. I mean, the device recently landed on PC World's list of the biggest tech disappointments for 2007, but I think the rest of the world doesn't exactly agree with that. And Guy, we'll start with you. Should the iPhone be lauded for its never-before-seen innovations, or should people be criticizing it for the fact that it's less than perfect?
I think it should be both. I mean, what they did with the multi-touch interface is definitely brilliant, and honestly, the best innovation is visual voicemail. The fact that you can check your voice messages individually, we should have already had that on mobile phones.
Right.
But that said, you know, no removable battery, no removable storage. The fact that the storage is so limited, I mean, I told Steve Jobs personally, this isn't an iPod phone, it's a nano phone when you look at the storage on it. So I definitely think there's room to improve, but if there's anyone who's great at improving products from version to version, you got to know that Steve Jobs is going to do it. And I also think that the form factor is going to evolve. I think you'll see iPhones over the next couple of years that are in shapes that are much more like the nanos.
All right, David,
they'll get smaller.
Very quickly, because we're out of time here, David, you know, Apple hopes to capture 1% of the cell phone market with the iPhone. Is that possible, or is that too lofty of a goal?
Anybody who has suffered through the miserable experience of going to an Apple store during the holiday season will tell you that these things are selling like crazy, and where I would have thought, no, they couldn't maybe a couple months ago, you know what, I think they got a shot at hitting that number. All
right, I want to thank our guests, Scott, David, and Guy. Thank you guys so much for keeping us in the loop, and I hope you guys have a great holiday, Happy New Year, and of course, a joyous Pepper Pot Day. So let's go over to Chris Hardwick, who's actually warming up his tripe right now.
That's right. Thank you, Kevin. Tonight, G4's coverage of Major League Gaming's tournament competitions hits high gear with the main event. Of course, the National Championship in Las Vegas, Nevada. You've seen the pros battle it out on MLG's nationwide tour, with the league awarding over $1 million in cash prizes to those who prove their worth. It's the night we've all been waiting for. Catch the MLG Pro Circuit National Championship tonight at 11, only on G4. Check out g4tv.com/MLG for info and updates. Now, the holidays can't officially start until the Attack of the Show is over, so there's really no reason not to stick around. Besides, there's more show right after this, so...
Mono now! Computers have replaced the costumed antics of the original Aliens and Predators, and we're revealing the secrets of how these CG creatures came to life.
You hear that excitement? Yeah, clap it out. Building. You got Olivia's clap down. Is this Olivia's clap? Yeah. She actually uses her thighs. So she does?
Hey guys, welcome back. You know, it doesn't take a genius to know that the upcoming film Alien vs. Predator Requiem relies heavily on CG for special effects.
What?
Yeah, it does. It does. I know. It's shocking.
Why don't they just cast aliens? That's racist.
See, there are a number of live action scenes, of course, but the rubber suits, they just don't cut it anymore.
Not anymore. So we sent Allison Hayslip to Hydraulic Studios to interview brothers/directors Greg and Colin Strauza. They gave her a tour of the state-of-the-art production facilities where all the magic happens.
Special effects wizards and directors, the Brothers Strauss, house their entire movie-making empire in this very building. And today, they're going to show it to me.
Okay, guys, what exactly goes on in this building?
Well, we do everything from edit the movie to do the special effects here and the final color grading and digital assembly of the film. And the part of the company we're in right now is what we call the 3D pit. And this is where we do all the digital gore, digital aliens, and all the other kind of fun, nasty stuff.
You guys also had designed basically an entirely new creature, right? The Pred alien.
His nickname is Chet. She's an entirely new creation. We had to make careful design choices between, what amounts of Predator and alien DNA and what exact combination, how those would play out in the physical form.
And you just said she's a she.
She is a she. She kind of goes around, and she's sort of our alpha dominant alien in the movie, and she goes around basically impregnating people. It's fun on first dates.
We're here in the Brothers Strauss's personal home theater. Definitely not a bad room to spend 5 or 6 hours in a day. Can I convince you guys to show me the movie now?
That was unbelievable.
There is definitely a strong female lead, sort of vibing Sigourney Weaver in the original.
Yeah, that's one of the things that really appealed to us about Reiko, was that she had, she was sexy, but also had this sort of inner strength that is a little bit reminiscent of the Ripley character from the original.
Hold on! So if you guys weren't psyched to see AVPR yet, you should be now, because with this state-of-the-art facility and these two guys behind the scenes, how could it be anything but awesome? High five. Awesome.
See? No monster.
Yeah. Hey, Ken. Who would you like to see Battle to the Death in an epic film?
I think, like if you did like a Mary Poppins versus the monster with the eyeball and the eyeball for his hands and Pan's Labyrinth.
Awesome.
You know what I'm saying? Although they wouldn't fight like in my fantasy, they would just kind of kiss and then it gets more graphic from there.
I like fight kissing.
Like Tung Fu.
Sex punching.
Yeah.
All right, so it's time to get out of Kevin's head and go into other murky, mysterious worlds.
Yes, let's get the news that smacks your parents in the face with their mortality. Here's Casey, Pimp Hand Shriner.
Thanks, guys. This week on the MMO Report, Blizzard is working on a next-gen MMO, and no, it's not Lost Vikings in space. Also, Ubisoft is working on a browser-based MMO, which means you have them to thank when you get fired for playing too many video games at work. And finally, WTF Second Life tries to stop global warming. Can you rid the air of greenhouse gases by sucking that much? To watch this week's episode or any previous installments, go to g4tv.com/MMO. And Kevin, I'd like to take this opportunity to officially throw down the gauntlet and challenge you to a round of Nerd MMA. Spoiler alert, Wizard or Ralph round, so in the bag. Back to you guys.
The
He's
gauntlet
ripped,
has
though.
been dropped.
He's ripped.
He's
With a lot of
wasted.
muscle milk and tofu, the guy is jacked.
I'll tell you what, you know what goes great with Jack Dudes and MMOs?
What?
Round 2 of our Jones Soda taste test.
This flavor might actually be Jack Dudes.
It might be Jack Dudes. It could be the vomit that I threw up the first time. These
Here
are
we go.
special holiday flavors,
Now,
by the way.
do you want to go with the bottle that was before you or mix it up? Because one of us might have the ham drippings or
Is this some sort of
giblets or
Princess
something.
Bride thing
I'm
you're
just
pulling in?
asking.
Clearly, I cannot choose the soda in front of me.
Here we go.
That's not bad.
Oh,
that's not bad.
Damn!
You lose, bro.
I do. This, you know, I've wondered what like the leather on Britney Spears' driver's seat tastes like in summer.
Yeah.
Now I know.
I'm gonna guess mine is angel nipple. It's kind of delicious. The nipple of an angel. Boy, they really wrapped this like they didn't want someone to get in it.
I'm gonna go with
eggnog. It's already a holiday thing.
Oh, delicious.
It's already a holiday beverage.
I'm saying pine cone.
A pink pine cone?
Jelly donuts.
Oh, I love to crack open the jelly donuts.
Is that festive?
For
Is that really?
Christmas. Yeah.
Thanks, Santa Krispy Kreme. Many thanks to Jones Soda for sending all the holiday drinks. Look, the regular sodas, by the way, taste awesome. They don't taste like corpses or dead or turds that have been breathed upon.
That's right.
Etc.
We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. The Sausage Fest continues right here on White Guy Attack of the Show.
Rodeo, baby! Who needs ethnicity?
Woohoo! Billy Ray Cyrus!
Coming up, Verizon's finally making waves with the LG Voyager, but despite its sleek design, does this phone break new ground? Gadget Prawn answers.
Video games are evolving. And now, so are we. Introducing the all-new X-Play, January 14th, only on G4.
Welcome back to White Guy Attack on the Show. We're live and have eaten nothing but sugar cookies for 3 days straight. Yeah.
You want to chase that with some ham soda? Let's bring out the ham
been down
soda.
that road.
No, we're good, we're good. We're finally heading into the old home stretch. It's actually time for the last day of our 20 days of Gadget Prawn. If you wanted an iPhone but not the contract, you might have actually settled for the iPod Touch. Loser. But thanks to Verizon, there's a new touchscreen phone for you to consider. Until now, the iPhone had the touchscreen market cornered, but the LG Voyager from Verizon aims to change all of that. It comes with a full QWERTY keyboard, an HTML web browser, VCast mobile TV, and two 2.8-inch beautiful color screens. The Voyager is a next-gen multimedia phone that will set you back about $300 with a contract.
The phone totally takes off like a rocket.
Seriously.
Man, what a great
It
phone.
can go suborbital.
Yeah.
If you need better signal,
Then you just launch
rock
it
off
into
and
space.
Bluetooth
Yeah.
it down. All right, by
Send your
itself,
face with it.
listen, the Voyager, it's a cool phone, but does it have all the features to match its style?
Well, let's go through those features. Kev, you
Let's
got
do
a large 2.8-inch color touch screen. Of course, the send and clear buttons are on the front, but they're nicely hidden, so they don't get anything in the way. It opens up to reveal another conjoined 2.8-inch screen with a full QWERTY keyboard. And I think this was really the main, so you know, like in their meetings, they were like, here's how we're going to take on the iPhone. We're going to have a QWERTY keyboard as well.
Right.
You got your 2-megapixel camera right here, and then also a little micro SD slot right here.
That's cool.
for
So it's a little expandable memory.
Exactly, and it's on the EVDO network, and of course you also have VCast mobile TV. Web browsers, GPS app. It's a pretty solid phone.
Well, here's the thing. You know, every time we bring on a cell phone or anybody else does, you immediately compare it to the iPhone.
You have to.
And sometimes it's not fair. Like the Juke was never designed to compete with the iPhone.
Centro wasn't really, I mean,
Exactly.
it's not the same thing.
This phone, though, is clearly designed to be a direct competitor to the iPhone. So as such, how does it stack up?
Well, I felt like the touchscreen felt a little bit cheaper than the iPhone.
Yeah.
It wasn't as responsive. It does, you know, the iPhone really mastered the, oh, this feels like an analog wheel spinning. This doesn't. It's very tight when you go through it, and a lot of times when you're going through context, if you don't hit it in just the right way, you'll accidentally dial someone.
Right.
So that's kind of a pain.
You have to mash your finger on it and hope it's just a vague suggestion of what you want the phone to do.
Exactly. You really are going to have to master that. But the QWERTY keyboard is 10 times better than the iPhone.
Yeah,
it's actually
a really nice keyboard.
one of the best phone keyboards I've ever used, and there are no accidental keystrokes like, you know, you have to get used to on the iPhone.
Right.
Verizon's standard UI is not my favorite. It's still a wee on the lame side. Please, Verizon, listen to this. Make it better. Verizon users beg you. although I'm not
Listen
really
to that impassioned rant right there. No, I mean, can you make a single tear
Run to
come
the
out?
window! Yes, well, if you can throw an empty can at my feet, a single tear will crawl down
Well,
my
let's talk,
face.
like, you know, how does the internet experience stack up? You said it has a web browser, but Safari on the iPhone is pretty solid.
It's pretty solid. There's no Wi-Fi on this, so the experience is a little slow.
Right, but you do have the EVDO.
Yeah, the EVDO is better than the Edge network, I will say, but it's not as fast as Wi-Fi. So you can touch your way through the web, but it's still kind of clunky. The iPhone is just a great internet device, and this is okay. VCast Mobile TV is nice to watch on the internal screen, but Verizon service is still a little slow in this area. You got your built-in GPS in the Voyager, where iPhone has zero GPS.
Yeah, it can't even find a signal, let alone find itself.
Exactly.
In space. So, you know, okay, well, I guess let's go down to the verdict then. Which one is better? I mean, if people are looking at this, they're thinking, okay, should I pick up the iPhone? Should I pick up this? What do you say?
It's really very simple. It depends on what's most important to you. If your service provider is more important to you, if getting a signal, talking on your phone and not dropping calls is important to you, go with the Voyager, you know, if you don't want to go to the singular network. But if you want to look awesome on your iPhone, and we both have them, but you don't mind dropping calls.
We do look awesome on them. Hello.
No, seriously, Steve Jobs, you picked the wrong bitch with Singular because they drop calls left and right. But I love the device, so I'm more of a device person, so I went with the iPhone. If you're more of a service person, this is an excellent, excellent challenger
for the
iPhone.
All right, Chris, thank you so much. That wraps up our 20 days of Gadget Prom.
Can't believe it's over.
Done so quick, so quick.
Now's the time on Sprockets when we dance. Coming up on the next attack of the show, we're counting down the 25 best viral videos of 2007. We're going to spend time with our old friend, Dramatic Prairie Dog, and we'll dance around in the chocolate rain.
Oh, I hope we're not actually in the chocolate rain.
We're not going to be in the chocolate
nevertheless, of course, who can forget about beautiful Miss Teen South Carolina and her plea to build up our future with countries such as the Iraq?
She lives in my heart permanently.
Yeah, they have maps. They deserve and such.
Yeah, absolutely. So, for all the things you saw today, and much, 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 much more, my voice cracked there.
A little falsetto, I like
14. Go to g4tv.com/AOTS.
You want to wish them a happy holidays in that Mariah Carey register?
Happy holidays!
Yeah! He got up there. Take care, everybody. That was Friday's show on the Attack Stack, and we did the Loop year in review, and I'd love, you're an iPhone guy?
Huge iPhone guy.
Was the iPhone as monumental as some people were predicting it to be?
I feel like they rushed to get it out a little quickly, you know, before all the apps were set. You know, the thing that bothers me the most is that in Leopard, the new Leopard Mail actually has the same notes program that the iPhone has. You can't sync them.
Right.
You can't sync them. Yeah. But I feel like that's part of their strategy.
No one's been able,
people with
but here's the
software
thing,
releases.
with cell phones and desktops or laptops, no one yet has been able to actually get things to sync up between the two.
Right.
So I know we thought that Apple was going to be the first to do that, but as far as I know, you can't sync notes with like the Trio at 600 from like 4 years ago. You couldn't do it with the Nokia 6180 from 1997.
Well,
there's no way you could sync those
They'll
phones.
have to address it sooner or later, and I'm just waiting for that February software update. Third-party apps are where it's at, my friend.
I can't wait to pay for the stuff I've already unlocked my phone to do.
You actually, we'll see now that's recorded.
Yeah.
So they're going to cut off your service. Steve Jobs is going to cut your head off.
AT&T wants my money.
And that's all they want, because they don't want to provide you with any kind of good service.
No, but they'll never get my heart robot.
We're bitter. They're not going to get your sugar-eating heart robot.
Never. That was the Attack Stack. Big thanks to Chris Hardwick for helping out.
Thank you very much.
And
I hope I did okay.
We'll see you guys in the new year. Happy holidays, yada yada.
Happy everything.
See ya.